Good evening,
live?
ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Night Live. We are your hosts. We got Stud. My name is LG. We are here with the one, the only Mason Bacon. Also works all over Spokane. Used to work with me at the Roadhouse once upon a time.
Give or take.
Give or take. Where are you working at now?
I am actually at one of the newest establishments in Spokane downtown, Bridge Press Cellars, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we kind of got abrupted with all the nonsense.
Right. Most people
But
did.
it's beautiful. It's awesome.
Nice. What do you guys do there?
So we have 3 different venues in one building. We have a normal bar that you would technically just go to. Full liquor bar, no taps, but we're working on that part. But it's awesome. Live music, all that good stuff. The second room is a winery. It is all our barrels. It is wine testing, party available, full reservations. Have your fun, have your birthdays, your wedding, whatever you want. It's awesome. And then upstairs, which is the best part, you go upstairs and our concert venue that we have for any concert or any band that we book or we pay to come and play, do all that good stuff. It is overly the size of an actual basketball court. It's huge. It can seat up to 300 people, full tables, everything, 2 full bars upstairs. You have everything that you got. Beautiful venue, good to go. And that's what we like to do. That's what we book the most on.
Nice. You guys serve food?
Yes, we do have a full-fledged kitchen. Now, it is not gourmet food, but it is delicious food. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying you're not going to go in there and get salmon olio. That's not going to happen. But you get delicious food on time, on point. And for a small venue that we have, the people that come in and get their food or order their food, they get it timely and on point.
Nice.
So on the food aspect of it, now that are you guys not open at the moment, or are you guys doing carry-out orders like some of the other bars?
Yeah, actually, that's actually a really good question. I appreciate you asking that. Right now, we are selling our home brewed winery or wines in cases, single bottles. We can ship out the door, but you can't stay and drink them. You got to come and get them. But yes, we are open, and you can come in, get your own cases of wine, and out the door you go.
Fantastic. And this is located in downtown Spokane,
Yep,
correct?
39 West Pacific.
Awesome. So, and you are, just specify, you are a bartender there? Bar back? What is your role there?
So.
What's your role there? Or do
I am
you
a
do
bartender.
everything?
Yes, I am a bartender. I do whatever my boss asks me to do.
Perfect.
I always have and I always will. But yes, primarily I do bartend there. But as we're shut down right now, sometimes from time to time, my awesome boss does allow me to come in and work around the venue, work around the building, clean up trash, clean up garbage, get everything out of the way for when other people are coming in to buy those boxes. So he's actually super awesome about that. And I love and respect the fact that he does that. It's actually really cool.
Nice. What's your boss's name?
His name's Drew Prada. And he's actually really awesome. His parents are amazing. He's really cool. He's always been cool with me. He runs it. He's still there every day, even to this day, through all this nonsense, and he still sits there for 5 to 6 maybe hours and sells his cases of wine and makes sure that the bar still stays up. And the cool thing is he found a loophole. You'd have to ask him. Maybe we can get him in here sometime. But you'd have to ask him. He's been doing, and if you're a fan of Bridge Press or you've seen it on Facebook or Instagram, he's been videoing and live streaming live concerts legally. So there's not an audience, but he brings a band in. He set up a GoFundMe fund and literally was just like, hey, if you guys want to see this person and this band, holler at us, and then they do, and they've all been making their mark every time. And he just live streams. He opens up the entire bar. Nobody else comes in except for the band, and they just play, and everybody watches.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's cool. A lot of people
cool.
can't. Yeah, a lot of people aren't doing that right now. So
no,
I know I live on the South Hill, so
Right.
you know, like up there, it's any of the actual just bars. You know, they're done. They're shut. You know, which is very unfortunate because there's not a lot of stuff up there. You know, I mean, we've got our our grocery stores and obviously quite a few pizza places and stuff like that, which are still doing the carry out and takeout kind of things. Which is nice, but when you get off work,
thank God for that.
Yeah, no kidding. Pizza. Anyway, so yeah, right. So, but it's great. But when it comes down to like being in in an atmosphere that that you and I have been in for so long,
right?
Being able to stop at the bar close to home,
right?
And have a drink and kind of mingle a little bit. Get that time. And right now, I mean, obviously, we don't have that.
No, we don't.
And it's very unfortunate.
Well, it seems like as much as I do miss the socializing of going to your home bar, you go to your bar, you go and see your friends that you see every day, right? And that's a part of a life system that you get comfortable with for a lot of people. When that gets taken away, it's not so much going to a bar to drink, it's socializing.
Right.
It's getting out of the house. And I know that 95% of you listening or watching, if you say no, you're a liar, but you're all going stir crazy. You want to get out. You want to go and do something, whether it's to the park or to a restaurant. Like, heck, I just want to go to Applebee's even and just go and hang out for a little bit. And you don't even have to drink. It's not even all about that. But yeah, we miss going out. We miss doing all that. And it's getting crazy at this point. It really is.
Right. So do they have an ETA on when you guys will be able to reopen?
We had a May 8th order, and then Governor Inslee decided to push it to the 31st, as far as I was concerned, or I know of. Not a fan, but you got to respect the public office. Maybe Jacob, you could help me out on that, like a deadline as of right now. But it seems like it's just getting pushed back, and it feels like it's getting closer and closer to voting time. And I think it's going to get to the point, honestly, just my opinion, I think it's going to get to the point where he's going to shut down voting polls because it's unhealthy.
Right.
And no one can vote, and he's going to have to stay in office again.
See, and I was looking at online, and they were kind of giving a rough estimate, and I noticed that like bars and the nightlife, which is what we're here doing, is there. I think they pushed it out to, I want to say, June 15th. I think is the next one that they got pushed out. So,
and while he's doing that, just for you personally, I know a lot of people have different opinions. As you know, other people don't know, but downtown Spokane, if they're not from this area, there's a ton of bars and clubs all downtown Spokane.
Yes, sir.
A lot of them are doing takeout food like you were doing.
Absolutely, yeah.
On the business end, on the business owner side of things, they're all doing takeout. So, which means a lot of them aren't making the same amount as money as they normally were making. So they're making a lot less money. So is it going to be hard for them to keep their doors open, or are even half of them going to be able to keep their doors open? Because I understand the food and the takeout, it's keeping them alive, but is it going to keep them live enough?
See, that's the big question. That's what we all talk about when we get in our little Facebook groups and we all talk. That's 100% the biggest question is, are they keeping their heads afloat? Are they keeping the business afloat in order to, when it is okay, quote unquote, for us to come back to work, if that's what they're doing? I don't know, honestly, because I'm not a business owner. I'm far from it.
And I want to get your opinion or you're put on
Of course.
what a lot of the bar owners eventually they're just going to go, okay, we're over this. We don't care and just open back up. Do you think that's a good thing for the bars just to all open up at once and say, oh, well, let's just do it? Or do you think that's not a good idea? And there's a lot of people going to get backlash for that. And there's going to be a lot of issues.
See, that's a tricky question, to be 100% honest with you. I have my opinion, and then I also have me personally, I have my opinion, and then I have an open opinion on what should. No, they should not. They should follow the law, no matter what. They should not rebel, because the second that happens, chaos could ensue, and we don't want that by any stretch of the imagination. But yes, of course, I want the bars to open up as soon as possible. I'd like to go back to work. I am not an unintelligent human being. I could have done a lot of things, but my mother and my father always taught me to love what you do and do what you love. And I found a passion in cooking and being a chef and being a bartender. I love being a bartender. I love interacting with folks. I love talking to people. I love the tricks and the flips and all the cool stuff that we get to do. I get to listen to music from DJs like this and live music from my boys at the piano band. Shout out the Riddler. I love it. It's the best thing. I get goosebumps every time I get to walk into work, and it's awesome. But no, you should not break the law, even if you do not like it. I disrespect any person that walks in to the middle of a crossroad and stops you from going to work because they don't believe that the government is doing what they're supposed to do. That's not their choice, and you're impeding someone from doing something. And I believe that, yeah.
Okay, but I know a lot of bars are saying, well, we can open and still social distance and stay 6 feet away from each other and have hand sanitizer, and they can do all these things to prevent it.
Okay.
If this was a possibility, if we could do this,
I wouldn't be here right now.
I wouldn't be here right now because honestly,
I'd be at work.
Because honestly, there's a lot more people at Costco right now than that would be at the bars 6 feet away from each other.
And we play with alcohol, which kills things more than your head of lettuce that you just picked up off of the aisle.
You ever had a bowl blaster?
It's pretty deadly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Great.
I don't understand. Like, I get a capacity limit. I totally respect that. Like, if it's 180 originally, you want to bump it down to 90. I respect that. But give us some room, man. Because everyone wants to go and have that fun. Right. And the people that are passing these legislations and the politicians that are doing everything that they're doing it whilst still going to a bar.
Right. And, working in the industry, I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of people, that's their income. They're there to work to support 100%. Their families, their children, their livelihood. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Rent. I mean, and
the taxes that they're taking away from themselves.
We'll leave that alone for now.
Fair enough.
But I mean, well, you being a DJ, we have to pay different taxes at the end of the year. So, but a lot of people, this is what they do. This is their work. I mean, like you, same boat, being a bartender, bar back, I know you've done security in the past. I'm in the same boat. I've, DJ'd, security, bar back, bartender, I've done that. I've even stepped in the kitchen quite a few times.
Absolutely.
I do all right, so, something that we'll get Stud into one of these days and get him out from behind the turntables. I think he'd be great.
I think it'd be great.
I can bartend like a champ. I don't know if y'all know that.
I think the chicks would dig him.
I know, right?
Fierce.
I can player bartend too.
We make some tips off of this guy.
That's right.
Yeah,
just get his shirt off, right?
Yeah.
So speaking of that, and change the topic so you can get off this COVID-19 mix, because I'm sure everyone is sick of hearing it.
Yeah. I'm sure everybody is.
Let's talk about the bartender experience, because we have a lot of people out there that are like, I want to be a bartender, or you have those people that are like, it would be a fun job. And then you have those people who, when the bars are open,
Right.
they're not tipping very good and they're giving you $1.
Right.
So what would your input be like just as a bartender? Like what would you tell people who would want to become a bartender?
I would honestly, well, the first part is at the end of the day, I've been doing it for 8 years and I've been at the lowest bars and the highest end bars. And at the end of the day, I can tell you that technically they don't have to tip you. And if they don't tip you, there's no need to get upset about it. Like, I don't go to a car dealership, spend $32,000 on a car, and then give you an extra 5G, right? Like, it's just, it is what it is. Like, that's just the way it works. Now, if you're generous enough to tip, that's fine. Now, I will say, don't be one of those poopy heads that goes in, kicks up $100 tab, and then tips your bartender 50 cents, because that's a good way to have someone upset with you. Let's just leave it at that.
I've had that happen to me.
Yeah.
Well,
So, but other than that, I'm telling you, if you can keep up with people's attitudes, if you can listen to someone and deal with it, if you can understand someone's arguments, you can talk them off a ledge without getting physically violent with them, you're going to be the best bartender. I've been doing this for this long, and I've been in probably 4 altercations my entire career because I can talk someone out of a bar. You have to be a people person. You got to be a chameleon, period.
well, and as a bartender, a lot of people are like, yeah, that's a fun job. We'd want to do that. They'll come in a bar and just say, hey, look, that bartender's having fun. I want to do that. They're not seeing the behind the scenes part that you do, that you guys are coming in an hour early. Sometimes you guys are pulling double shifts. The bars close at 2 o'clock and they
getting home at 4:30. Think about that, people.
Everybody goes home at 2. That's what they think. Oh, the bar is closed. Everyone's getting home. Well, not the bartenders. They're having to close the bar. They're not getting out of there for
our barbacks, our chefs, our security guards. They have to stay there as long as we do. Yep. Yeah, they don't get to go home.
Yeah,
we're there till 4. I've literally pulled into my driveway before and the sun was coming up.
Yep.
So I don't want to hear anybody saying that we just get to leave. But again, it's still worth it for me.
Still worth it. Yeah. So it's definitely a hardworking job, and you definitely have to multitask, and you definitely have to make people happy.
Yeah.
A little bit.
That's the most multitasking. It's not making, like, if you were my customer and you came up to the bar and you ordered, I don't know, 2 gin and tonics and an Irish trash can. And I was like, all right, not a problem. Boom. You have a preference of liquor. But now I got Schmokehead over here yelling at me. He wants a drink, but apparently he was there first. Now I got to talk to you and make sure that you're comfortable whilst calming him down and making the drinks for both y'all at the same time. But at that point, it's like midnight and you're already shithoused. Sorry for the language, but you're already ham-towned and you think that you're in the right. But really, I'm just trying to help y'all both out. And it's a bunch of sober people behind the bar trying to serve a bunch of drunk people outside of the bar. And it's complicated, but like I said, you have to have that patience. You got to have that calm, that cool and chill. And trust me, I've not always had it.
And some people don't understand. I know, like, in the bar industry and the nightlife, like, it gets crazy. The bars get packed. We are crazy. And now that we're at home day after day, just chilling, like, we're sitting at home and we need that craziness in our life. Like, how weird that sounds is we actually need that chaos.
Human emotion needs that chaos.
Yeah.
From time to time, it does.
I think, what was that movie? Biodome, Thriving on Chaos. Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
So,
because look at us now. Like, we're sitting here, and I don't mean to bring it back and we'll shift back from it, but like, we're all in quarantine and we're all going stir crazy.
Yeah,
it's because you need that chaos.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I got an honest question for you.
Bet it.
Okay. So, being in the industry that we're all in, how do you feel about bartenders drinking behind the bar?
Oh, snap.
See, that is, I'm not even going to lie.
Hold on.
That's a tricky question. Shalom. That is a tricky question. If it's against the law and it's against company policy, it's bad. take full responsibility for any of that. However, I think when the highest grossing place for consumption of alcohol is Las Vegas or any casino city, and they're all okay to do it as long as you're responsible about it doing it, it should be all right as long as you're responsible for your actions. Yes, it puts a toll on your owners. It's a liability. Totally respect that. 100%. 100%. If they say no and you do it, you deserve to get fired. Period.
Right.
And I will never deny that. I've been not a victim of that. I've been responsible for that. And I'll say it full and outright. But when you're working around that many people for that long, and even on your day off, you care to take a drink, or you go out with friends and you hang out and you party, and it like calms you down and it's something that suits you. Dealing with 180 to 500 people throughout a 6-hour shift with a shot or two in you, it's kind of nice.
Yeah, it's a lot easier.
It's easier. Mm-hmm. It's you're not on their level by any means. Don't get that twisted. No pun intended, actually, I think right there. No pun intended right there. But you feel like you're more comfortable and you're calmer. You can talk to someone. You can hang out with someone. You're more sociable if you're not already sociable.
More reasonable.
More reasonable. Yeah. And you're calmer. Yeah, right. Exactly. The biggest thing is when people come up to you and they're like, can I buy you a drink? Like a customer says, can I buy you a drink? Can I get this? Can I buy you a drink? And you're like, no, you can put it on your tab and I can take it after. Like I can drink it after work.
Right.
And they're like, no, I want you to take it now. So you're like, okay. And then you pour a shot of water, put it on there like it's vodka. Cheers them. Take it.
Right.
It's not drinking.
Right.
You're just making them happy. Plus the bar just made that $9 off of that Grey Goose neat shot.
Right.
So
I've done that with Patron a few times too.
Yeah. 100%.
9 shots of Patron. They try to give you, they're like, hey, pour one for yourself. And I charge them for 10 and then take a shot of water.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. And if they're persistent about it, you say no. But if they're persistent about it, then you do a clear, like, all right, you know what? Shh, don't tell the boss. But I'm going to take a shot of Grey Goose. So there's that. You put it down in the well where they can't see it. You shoot the water into the gun. You pull it up and be like, all right, cheers them. Take a shot of water. Bar makes $10 plus nothing out of the bottle.
Right. Yeah. That's great. That's actually a good trick.
Yeah.
That's a good trick.
Yeah.
So,
and this podcast is actually giving customers an insight on the bartender's view of things. So if I'm a customer, I would want to know as a customer, when your bar is busy, you have 180 people in there, 150 people in there.
At least.
Yeah. How do you know when people are cut off when you have that many people in a bar?
See, that's where reading body language comes into play hardcore. I can read if someone's hammered. I can know for the most part if someone is not supposed to be there. And my coworkers, they do the same thing. So if you walk into a bar and you walk up to me and you smash your hand on the counter and your chin is touching your chest and you're like, give me this, you're not going to get it.
Yeah.
Like that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
You're not going to do that. If you can't walk through a crowd properly, you can't let people walk by you. You can't shift your weight out of the way of people. You're just knocking into everybody. You're out, or at least cut off. We're not going to actually kick you off. That's a big no
misconception.
Misconception that people believe that we just throw you out of a bar like Ron White in that bit. Like that's not what we do. We just X you out and you don't get to drink anymore. We'll give you all the water in the world.
Right.
All the water in the world. And we inform our fellow bartenders and servers to not serve you anymore. And then that's that. And then you don't go. But the problem is they get into this headspace where they're like, I'm not drunk. And they sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger on acid. And next thing you know, it's chaos or pandemonium, whatever you want to call it. But it's body language, just reading body language, period. Or somebody walks in with an X out or a stamp from another club that we already know. And we're like, no, see, they X you out. We ain't doing it.
Right.
We're not serving you.
They already kicked you out. You ain't coming in
Yeah,
here.
no. Nice try, boo-boo.
Yeah. So-
Nice try.
Well, now, Mason, you and I have gone back since the Roadhouse days.
Yep.
Working together there. I was the DJ at one point.
Yep.
You were, I think, a bar back at that time, weren't you?
And a bartender.
And a bartender, yeah.
When they did that Swift
the
change
Swift
thing in my
change,
bag.
yeah, that was right before and then, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but what you don't know is Nick and I, because obviously, Stud, sorry.
Dude.
That'll be a work in progress. I apologize.
S-T-U-D, just so you know.
It
Stud.
started out a different one. But anyway, regardless, he's like, don't do it.
Don't you
but,
do it.
No, we actually started out, we met at Guitar Center when I was working there. And I was DJing at the Top Hat once upon a time. I think it's a prom store now. So, but I brought him in.
Weird.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, it's appropriate.
Right.
But yeah, I actually brought him in there originally. And
To the Roadhouse?
No.
Oh, to the Guitar Center.
No. Well, that's where I met him, was Guitar Center.
okay,
But
yeah.
we actually worked at the Top Hat,
Right.
which was probably one of the
Rowdiest?
I'd give it
Divey.
that.
Rowdy? Divey?
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah,
divey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we were busy, but like we've dealt with a lot of the same stuff that you're referring to.
Right.
There's a lot of times where we have to come out from behind the turntables and throw people out or get involved.
Help out,
Get involved before somebody runs into our equipment.
Create space.
Yeah, things of that nature. So I just wanted to give you a little heads up because obviously you and I know each other. You don't know him, but I wanted to kind of give you an idea of
He does it
our
too.
relationship. So
Thug life.
We go way back.
Yeah.
Way back.
I like it.
way back to band camp.
See, that's kind of the biggest thing. If going back to your question, if I wanted to tell somebody advice for being a bartender, like if they wanted to be a bartender and they were like, "Oh, that looks like fun, and I want to make the tip money," you have to earn it. I've jumped over more bar counters than I could possibly remember to stop fights. Been hit in the face more times collectively in a bar than any UFC fighter, MMA fighter's ever been hit outside of the bar or in the ring. And it's not fun, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
but it is fun. Like when you have a good night and everyone's having a great time, it's the best time.
Yeah, absolutely.
It really is.
I actually miss bartending.
Me too.
I really do. My mass license and
I'm
my
ready to
food
go
handler's
right now.
permit are still good.
Yeah.
And I haven't been behind the bar since the Roadhouse closed down.
Yeah. I'm ready to go
I
right now.
I miss it. So.
I'm over it.
Yeah, me too. So, we're kind of wrapping up here. So,
I like it.
we do want to thank you very much for coming out and gracing us with
Thanks
your
for
presence.
having me, guys. This is awesome.
Thank you for coming in, and it was very short notes that you popped in here, so thank you.
Yeah,
And again,
Totally made up for Hoop Fest.
yeah, totally made
Let
it.
that go. Let that go. Just letting that one go.
Again, I just want you to give your bar a shout out. Let them know, let everyone know again what they're doing, takeouts, what the venue is, kind of who you are, and just kind of
Fair enough.
like that a little bit for
I
your
like
bar.
it. So, guys, Bridge Press Cellars. It's at 39 North Pacific or West Pacific, 39 West Pacific. And we are doing takeout wineries. It's all custom made. It's all wonderful. We distribute to a bunch of different stores, Total Wine, Walmart. We do public, private, whatever you need. We do have a festival coming up. I'll leave that in the description below. It's a blues festival. No, I'm pretty sure it's November 22nd. I'm just messing with y'all. No, it's actually really cool. We have 3 different venues in one building. We have your normal sports bar, but it does have a live band stadium or stage, and that's where we get a lot of our business. We have a tastery next door where you come see and taste all of our wines. And then that full venue upstairs where seats over 280 people, 2 full bars, and a full stage, concert status stage. Like I said, Bridge, Cellars, and come see us. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for coming out. Love you,
Thanks,
brother.
LP.
Always.
Everybody.
Yes, thank you, sir, for coming out.
Quick
Yes,
shout out
nice
to
man.
Yeti Studios for bringing us in here and let us do this. So, again-
Video by Wastebot Media. So we want to thank Wastebot Media
Absolutely.
for videoing us as well. It will also be posted up on YouTube as well for people to view.
absolutely, absolutely. And thanks again for tuning in, you guys. Hope you guys had fun, and maybe we'll see you next week. I'm LG.
Hi, Mom.
That's Mason. And Stud. Good night.
Yeah.